How to spot bogus bad astrology. Mercury is retrograde starting March 15th, and I saw this on my Facebook feed. I figured out why people are just big giant wackadoodles. Mercury retrograde has been bleeding since the first of the month. Mercury has not been retrograde since the first of the month. And this person's argument is the shadow period, that there's a shadow period before and after Mercury retrograde. Let me debunk that for you. There is no such thing as a shadow period. Right now, as I'm currently recording this, it is before the 15th of March, which means Mercury is still technically direct. They got a response from this person saying, "Thank you for the info. Explains so much of what's been going on at school during lunch." And they responded to that person saying, "It'll be over the third week of April 4/20, which again, they're referencing this shadow period, which doesn't even exist. And my response to all this, of course, seeing this on my Facebook newsfeed was, "May I ask your source? Mercury isn't even retrograde yet. Additionally, Mercury retrograde gets an unnecessary bad rap. Any planetary retrograde can also have benefits as well, such as returning to old projects and tending to unfinished business. Most likely, if things are weird, it's actually a combination of transits occurring causing the problems. Regardless, no one should be blaming the planets on human behavior, or that removes the responsibility of accountability. What happens in the sky is merely a reflection of what happens here." And if you see below, it says the dates that Mercury retrograde actually happens this year. And for this round of Mercury retrograde in the spring, it is happening March 15th through April 7th. That's it. There is no shadow period before or after that. It will be over April 7th, so you don't have to worry about Mercury retrograde shenanigans all the way into the 20th. So anyone who is telling you that, they do not know what they're talking about. Honestly, I don't even consider myself an astrologer. I do psychic things, I do readings, I help people on their twin flame journeys, spirit baby journeys, stuff like that. I create my own oracle decks. I do not consider myself an astrologer, but I know basic information to understand that. I can read a chart and understand basic information. This person, when he went on to explain it, because I'm not going to show you the rest of the conversation, it got to be too much and too long. We got into an argument about this whole Mercury retrograde thing. And basically, he was referencing this based out of an experience he was having personally with somebody, which is very different from what his original status update actually was. I had to position myself back to normal there for a minute. I was driving myself a little crazy. Anyways, so he was talking about issues he was having with a particular person that he's noticed this pattern over the past few years. And I was trying to explain to him there are probably other factors involved beyond Mercury retrograde. And it's like he refuses to acknowledge the possibility of other transits possibly making any kind of impact, which is more likely what it is. And the problems that he was describing sounded much more serious beyond communication hiccups and technology snafus. So obviously this is someone who does not understand astrology. Astrology is a study. It is a field of study. It ends with ology for a reason, no different than psychology, biology, any of the ologies. It's all fields of studies. So it was driving me nuts. I had to come in here and just vent about this because I know people who are like astrologers, and I understand their frustrations when they see misinformation like this. And people are so ignorant that they They refuse to even open up their minds to realize that there are probably other things going on. Like, read a chart. Actually look at the chart. Actually look at what could be going on, because most likely it's a lot more than just Mercury retrograde. So those are just things to be out on the lookout for, you guys, when you're talking astrology, when you're looking for astrologers and all that good stuff. I just want to be able to give you guys good information and kind of guide you and lead you, because I'm into this stuff as well. And I just wanted to share that little story and that frustration, because it was ridiculous. So anyways, the more you know.